Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. All right, today let's discuss about this voter ID issue. Uh, the new federal bill called Save American Act, also known as updated version called Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, passed in the U.S. House of the Representatives. It it would require voter to prove U.S. citizenship and showing the photo ID to register to vote in the federal election. All right. Criticize argue it could be making voting harder and for some groups, including those without passport or birth certificates. So yeah, I got a question. If you don't apply passport, it's fine. You don't want to go out. You don't want to travel abroad. But if you don't have birth certificate, ask your mommy and daddy, or even like ask someone in the community service, say which hospital were you born, right? If you have the U.S. citizenship, you must have the birth of the certificate because I keep my kids' birth certificate in my safe. And also, the next one says even some election official generally support the voter ID. Say parts of the bill are problematic. And also today I saw Nick Shelley, interview about California about this voter center. They say to ask if the voter they are fraud, they are not the citizenship, can they vote? Actually, I'm living in California, and I know there is a register form you need to fill out this form and to say you are the citizen. But I think no one check your citizen status. It's all based on your honesty and your promise. Swear in the God, and this form just asks you to submit your social security and current address, and ask you are you a U.S. citizenship, and the real ID is different. So I think if you are applying the real ID, they know if you are the citizenship or not because real ID requires the passport or birth certificate, right? So let's see what's the news for this voter ID. I think voter ID is coming. It's because Trump wants to win the midterm elections. That midterm election is most important for Trump, and public opinion is divided, and some voters back strict ID requirements for election integrity, while others worry about the defense uh, that's franchisement. Okay, and also state level auction, like say lawmaker in Kentucky advanced a proposal to tighten voter ID requirements by disallowing certain forms of ID like social security cards, aiming to make the proof of this, more stricter. Yeah, if you like I say, social security card, there's no picture, and also there's no proof you are the citizenship, because all the green card holder and they have this social security as well, and green card holder they cannot vote. And also Huntington Beach in California, Huntington Beach is very Republican. That city is very conservative. Is appealing legal challenge to seek enforcement voter ID requirements, potentially all the way in U.S. Supreme Court, because they used to have this voter ID. They ruling the voter ID in Huntington Beach, but Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, and he record this law. He said it's not lawful in the state. Okay, let's see what happened. After they go to the Supreme Court. Also, let's see what happened. The outlook for 2026 election content. Okay, some of the states is whistling the ballot measure about this voter ID this year. For example, Nevada's voter ID initiative will appear again in 2026 ballot after approving in 2024. And also, North Carolina is also advanced a constitutional amendment to require this voter ID in both in-person and mail voting in 2026 election. Yeah, I think North Carolina and Nevada, they will be state inconsitives. So let's see what's the arguments. The Porter argued that require ID to prove the citizenship will will prevent the non-citizenship from the voting, stress public confidence in election, and criticize what such a law could be like um, disenfranchise eligible voters, especially these those who lack documents of face barrier of obtain it. Some groups have raised concern about disproportionate effect on women. I'm not sure what's on women. For example, married woman whose legal name is different from the birth certificate. Yeah, that's true, but you can show your driver license, the real ID driver license, right? And so the problem is, if you go to buy the alcohol, if they ask you to show your ID, you have to show. Otherwise, they don't buy it. They don't give you alcohol. If you go to on the plane on board, you need to show them your real ID. Otherwise, your driver license is you got to pay for extra $45 to let them to validate your identification. And yeah, so I think voter ID is mandatory. It's because that can be see what's a truly American wannabe, right? For example, like in Minneapolis, ICE arrest like over 30,000 people out there, right? And these 30,000 people can be really impact to the voter. Okay, any comments? Yeah, thanks to watch it. All right, have a good one. Bye bye.